Welcome to Friends and Neighbors. I am your host today, Sandra O'Neill, and we have an amazing show for you today. It's going to be a fun show. This is not normally what we talk about here at Friends and Neighbors, but it's really something that we need to talk about. So we have a budget-friendly style expert with us by the name of Nikki Lee, and she's going to give us some insight on how to really dress in a demure, stylish way and not break the bank. And ladies, you know what I mean about that. Sometimes it's so exciting when you buy something new and you always say, oh, I got it for $5 or $10. So, you know, we ladies love to do that. And Nikki, I am so excited to have you. Have you ever experienced that before? Like somebody compliments you on an outfit and you're like, $10.
All the time. Thank you so much. But yes, everywhere, like 96% of my wardrobe is thrifted. Everything is thrifted from the thrift stores or secondhand or resale opportunities somewhere. So if someone compliments me, I'm like, oh, thank you, I only paid $5 for it. And especially if it has a dress and it has pockets. Because we love pockets. We love pockets, but all the time.
That's right.
Just saving money. I mean, in this economy right now, like every penny goes a long way. So you have to have a budget for fashion as well. When you look good, you perform well.
That's right.
So
you feel good.
You feel good.
Absolutely. So, well, I'm so happy you're gonna talk to us more about it.
Absolutely.
You know, and God shows us. He tells us to be really a good steward of our money, right?
Our money. Absolutely.
So it's really a calling that we've got to do.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited to really dive into that. Now, when did you become a thrift store or a budget-friendly style expert? When did that happen?
So that self-proclaimed came probably about 2015, but I've been thrifting my whole life. My grandmother grew up in New Orleans, Louisiana. So from the time I would visit her for the summers, we were in the thrift store. It trickled down to my mom. We were in the thrift store. I was thrifting before it was cool to thrift, before it was an actual lifestyle. I was thrifting when you used to get teased for it. Because my mom was a single mom and she wasn't able to make ends meet all the times, but we were kids. We grow out of things. So she would take $30 and for me and my brother and go get jeans or shirts and, you know, essentials that we needed. And now it's a lifestyle. It's a business. It's a big business as well. Reselling is a huge business. I don't do it for that though. I do it because I really like to help women find their inner beauty, and again, it starts with looking good.
That's right.
You look good, you feel good.
You're absolutely right, and it's really neat. You talked about that connotation, that negative connotation of thrifting.
Yes.
But really, if you go out and thrift, or you get styles from budget-friendly stores out there, it's really an inner style. I mean, you can still look absolutely gorgeous and elegant. And it's just putting these pieces together. And I have to tell you, Nikki, I don't have that gifting. Like, I'll go and I'm like, what? I need to see it, right? So I'll either stick with basic of black constantly. I know, which is pretty sad. And I'm like, I'm excited that I actually pulled out this scarf today because I knew you were coming. I'm like, let me try to be as stylish. And
you did good.
Thank you. But, you know, I really want to be able to grow in that. So I would love to hear some tips. And I know in several minutes here, you also brought some amazing models because I am such a visual person.
Absolutely.
So how do you go out there and like with different body types? And I also heard, this is weird, I saw this on a reel and I don't know if it's true, you know, because you see things on reels, but that you can get like a pair of jeans and you can put it around your neck to see, is it true? Then you can kind of see if it will fit you.
Listen. My jeans, they wide.
I mean, I'm like,
that trick doesn't work for me. Maybe just a standard size. Again, too, like, let's go back to when I became my own
Yes.
and found my own voice and my own self-expression, I'm 5'11". I know you can't tell this sitting down, but I'm 5'11". I've always been in the 200+ club, and kids are not as nice.
Yeah.
They've just always been cruel.
Yeah.
So I got bullied, and part of the reason was the clothes that I had on. My pants were always too short. I typically had to buy men pants because of the length. And when I got my first job, I used to babysit when I was 12 or 13 years old, and my mom was like, "Where do you want to go?" "I want to go to the thrift store."
Oh.
And thrifting was a way for me to express myself and to really stop caring what those other kids would say about me. And my mom always like embodied, like, you're beautiful, God made you the way that He wanted you to be. You're not supposed to be like everybody else. And once I started feeling comfortable in my own skin by dressing my body, my type, the way I wanted to, it just changed the perspective. It changed the game for me. Now, for other women, it's the same. You have to do what you feel comfortable doing.
Right.
I have a lot of clients, because I'm a personal shopper as well, especially older women, like this area here.
Yes, yes.
It's not our friend.
No.
It's not our friend. After
Finding that out.
babies, after menopause, just life, our belly tends to hold fat. So peplum is a nice friend of ours.
Yes.
Anything that cinches the waist, the natural waist here under the bust line and A-lines out, is a great camouflage for that problem area there.
Oh, I love that. Now, you know, you did bring a couple of models with you.
I did.
So I think we've got, I think they're ready to show us some of the outfits.
Absolutely.
So please bring them out. I think we've got Monique coming out now.
Yes, we have Monique. Can I stand?
Yes,
again?
please.
Okay.
I'll stand with you.
Absolutely. So typically, I don't like to spend more than, if I spend $10 on something, trust and believe I really like it.
Wow, Nikki, I'm going to go shopping with you.
Listen, so I try to keep my price points between $5 to $7 because I do resale, and I have to up the price because of gas and my time, but I don't want to break the bank on my clients. So, but this piece, it was brand new with tags. It's from a really popular brand here, American brand. The tag retailed for $289.
Oh my goodness.
This dress. I saw the clearance price of $69.95 on it. I had to get it though. It was $35. But look at this dress.
It's
like
beautiful. Well, I mean, the symmetry and just how it flows down, it's gorgeous.
It's so gorgeous. And then it has this open, if you could turn around in the back, it has this V-neck. And this is a piece people wouldn't typically think to wear to church.
Right.
Because of the openness here. But listen, a button down. This should be your staple in your closet anyway. You can put a button down under anything and you can get away with it. And then I get accessories. So
that's beautiful.
Although I don't spend a lot on my clothes, my accessories, I do kind of indulge a little bit. But this was only like $4.
Oh my goodness. That's great.
So from online, you just put in like chokers or necklaces, and then you can always, you know, jazz it up with this, or you could do a nice color block color. But you don't have to spend $1 million to look $1 million.
And she absolutely does.
It's one of my.
And the earrings and the shoes, how does that work out? What do we do with those?
So, because of that age thing I mentioned, I'm all about being comfortable. So a lot of my outfits, I go from the bottom to the top, meaning the bottom are the shoes.
Gotcha.
What shoes can I stand in for a while? What shoes will allow me to do me without at the end of the day. So for Monique, we paired it with, which we have another pair of shoes as well.
Beautiful, those white
but we
boots.
paired it with a pair of white boots. But then she did bring a heel that has a leopard print in it if you wanted to throw a little pizzazz. And even with the leopard and the houndstooth, it gives it a contrast that just works. Like, I'm not really fond of matchy-matchy. It just has to coordinate, and it coordinates really.
It does. Well,
really
see, these are beautiful because just to think into getting the houndstooth accessory. Like
Yes.
I wouldn't have thought of that, but
Right.
that is so beautiful. Like the kids are, I'm dating myself. The kids are saying so demure, so elegant, so gorgeous. I mean, from the boots all the way up, and I mean, you are a beautiful model as well. Thank you for being here. And you know, you don't realize that you could wear, like if I saw a dress like that,
Yes.
I would think, oh, I can't really show I don't want to show my skin, because you
Absolutely.
want to be
Right.
modest but also
Right.
elegant.
Absolutely.
But you've got to get that staple of the white button
Have to
down.
get this should be in,
Everybody.
ladies, this should be in all of your closets.
Love it.
And then again, that look, the dress was $35. Her shirt, that button down, was like $6.24.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So that's $40 for
Yes.
that look, which
And you can't get that anywhere. That's just like one
that's
shirt.
like a shirt.
You're right. Okay, so
Right.
now we
have
have another
Marcella.
model, and Marcella is coming
Yes.
out, okay?
This is my first lady look right here.
I love it. Marcella, you are rocking. I love it.
So Marcella, this is another top, and what it was attractive to me, I like statement pieces, pieces that speak out without like being overly loud.
Right.
So the ruffle collar here, we have the ruffles here that's on the sleeve that's just really sticking this out. This shirt was $6.24.
Amazing.
This skirt, $6.24. You pay attention to the grommets here. That just gives a whole nother vibe. And if you turn around, we have
Look how it
the drop.
tapers, yes.
How that drops. So this whole outfit was less than, what, $13 for the
Beautiful.
complete look?
And you just exude elegance. It's absolutely beautiful. And it's modest, but with a sense of
Chic.
style. Yes, and
Yes,
chic. It's very pretty.
absolutely.
You don't have to be frumpy or to be modest
No,
and elegant.
You
I
don't,
love
not at all.
that.
And this
Yes,
was
talk to me about yours.
$6.24. I found this at a local thrift store. This was $6.24. My shirt, again, $6.24. So, and then I just paired it with a pair of black tights that I already have. And this, again, $20 if I want to add everything up together.
I love
These
it.
shoes were thrifted, Vince Komodos, and I think
Yes.
they were thrifted for $5.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you so much for joining us, Marcella. Well, let's have a seat, and I would love to
Absolutely.
just get a little bit more tips from you as well. Now, I guess you would really need to know your body type, and when you
Absolutely.
go shopping for your clients, what do you do? Do you measure?
So
What
yes,
happens?
there is a questionnaire that
Yes.
they have to fill out as far as their sizes, height, problem areas. There's oftentimes, how do I say this? Overexposure, where ladies are comfortable with one part of their body, but not so comfortable with another part of their body.
Right.
And I teach them how to accentuate the part that looks great
Yes.
and try to camouflage the part that doesn't. Not to say don't love the skin that you're
Sure,
in,
right.
but you have to be comfortable in the
Right.
skin that you're in. So through the questionnaire that I give all of my clients, I learn them, I visit them, I touch them, just so I can get a feel of who they are. I look at what they have in their closets. I go through their pictures to see their smiles. Because when you look good, you feel good.
Yes, that's
So
right.
if I can catch them smiling in a particular outfit, I try to mirror that particular outfit. I actually have them scour the internet. They have homework as well.
Okay.
Scour the internet for looks that they like.
Right.
And then I can mimic that look, bring it to them, and try it on with them to see if they like it or not.
Nikki, that is incredible, and that is a gifting. It's a
Yes.
talent, and it takes a lot of your time to do that.
Yes.
I would love to, we're going to go on a commercial break here
Absolutely.
shortly,
Okay.
but I would love people to see right now, where can they reach you if they want to reach out to you?
Absolutely.
And connect with you?
Absolutely. We're happy to give it.
Yeah. What is your hand? Are you a handle?
Yes,
Yep.
okay. So on Instagram, you can find me at Styled, S-T-Y-L-E, and then an apostrophe D by Nikki Lee. And on Facebook, the same, Styled by Nikki Lee.
I love that.
Yes.
Well, you know, when we look into our lifestyles, right?
Yes.
I know sometimes culture drives how we dress, right?
Yes.
So just a few more minutes. We have just a minute before we break. But
Yes.
when we get back, I really want to dive into how culture can really drive our sense of how we dress,
Yes.
how we look. And
Yes.
right now, we're really wanting to really be modest in a
Yes.
way that we're not, you know, showing everything. It doesn't mean
Absolutely.
it doesn't mean that we're, you know, afraid of how we look like
Right.
or we are ashamed of how we look like. It's really about how we're feeling, right?
Absolutely.
So we are going to take a quick commercial break, and I hope that you will join us back, and we're going to dive into that conversation on how culture drives how we dress sometimes. We'll see you shortly. Welcome back to Friends and Neighbors, and we're having a delightful conversation with Nikki Lee about style. And, you know, we left off the commercial break talking about how culture really kind of drives us sometimes and influences us. I know that the ultimate influencer is God in our lives, and how Jesus looks at us. And it's not about being ashamed of the Holy Spirit that lives within us and the temple of our body, right?
Absolutely.
But you know, sometimes there's a culture out there that you're like, the less is, you know, less is more, but
Yes.
really, more is more.
More is more.
Right? So, you know, have you had clients that have kind of completely changed their style from that less is more into more is more?
More is more.
Does that make sense?
Not personal. It does make sense. Not personal clients, but I automatically think of, I don't know if we want to say Instagram model, but she is in the spotlight. She is an influencer. Her influencer's name was Black China. She goes by Angela White now because she has been sober. She gave her life to the Lord like 2 years ago. So
Praise
she's
God.
been clean and sober for the last 2 years, and she praises the Lord in everything that she does, and her whole image has changed for
yes.
the better. She was less is more. Now she is more and more, and she's just as sexy or
Feminine, right? Yes.
right, or
yes,
inviting,
Yes.
because you're covered. You don't
Right.
have to show everything
Yeah.
to grab the right man's attention.
Exactly. And I think
yeah.
that's something that we as older, you know, more
Yes.
seasoned women,
Seasoned.
you know, I love that, more seasoned women,
Yes.
that we have to walk in that and also teach the younger girls out there
Yes.
that you have to have that self-respect. And just because, you know, there's that mindset several, like maybe a decade ago or so, the mindset of it's my body, it's my choice, I can
Yes.
show you whatever I want to show
Yes.
you because I am celebrating who I am.
Yes.
But really, God shows us that, you know, it's a temple of the Lord,
Yes.
and it's a gifting that when you are ready, that you can
It's the
provide that
ultimate gift.
Yes.
Oh.
So that's exciting
Yes.
that that she has transitioned into
Right.
the Holy Spirit kind of driven
And she has
environment.
followers of upwards of 2 million.
That's incredible.
So to have the young girls that look up to her, see this transition.
Yes, yes.
It's such a warming feeling for
Yeah.
me. She went back to college, got a degree, and I'm like, you put the Lord first.
Yes.
All things are possible.
That's right. And
Yeah.
God works all things for good for those who are called according to his purpose.
Absolutely.
And I love the fact that there's that influencer out there, testimony out there. And I am actually proclaiming that over you because you provide that to young women out there. So I'm really excited for what God is doing within your whole entire social media ministry, I would say. So now talk to us also about, so if somebody wants to get started, right?
Yes.
And they're thinking, okay, I am overwhelmed at these stores because you go to the store. I mean, I went to a thrift store with my 12-year-old daughter who wanted to go. I was like, let's just go. Let's go to let's go online. Let's do what we need to do. It'll come to the house. No, Mom, I want to go. And so, I had to change my mindset, right? You can't try anything on when you're there. You've got to just go, and then you can't return. Well, when you return something, they give you a.
So most of the
so
time,
complicated.
And it is, and a lot of these restrictions have come because of COVID.
Yes, which makes sense.
Which makes sense,
right?
Yes.
But
so where there were dressing rooms, there is now a dress code that you would wear a tight, a form-fitted leggings and a tank top or t-shirt, so you're able to try things on.
Right.
One of the largest thrift stores here now will allow you a 14-day, as long as the tags have not been removed, for you to bring them back. But most of them are final sale.
Yeah.
So you definitely have to be mindful of that as well. It's about patience, because the first rule of thrifting is you can't go in the mindset of you're looking for something. No.
Yeah.
It's got to find you.
It's a journey.
It's a journey. You can't go in 30 minutes because you literally have to look through everything. I find so much stuff in the men's section. Now, I don't know if these people trying to hide it from me or not, but I find it.
Yeah.
But you have to take your patience. I would say at a minimum, an hour, a minimum an hour, and that's just looking through the women's section. Not to mention kids. Don't throw kids in the mix. I have 2 small kids, so at a minimum, I'm in the thrift store for like 3 hours.
Wow.
At the minimum.
Yeah.
So, but there are thrift stores out here that have like one price every day. So a lot of days I go to this particular thrift store, and it's just everything in the store is a set price under $3.
Yeah,
and that eases my mind because it helps with that budget.
Right.
I know I got $30 and then I take cash because if I swipe, then I go over budget.
Oh, that's right. There you go. So that's a good tip to give people.
Take cash. Yes. Especially if you're budget conscious. I'm super budget conscious.
Right.
So once what's in my envelope goes, then I'm done. And if I'm getting something for $3, and I know I got about 8 pieces that I can buy because I got to add in tax as well. But a lot of thrift stores have great quality. It's so, and things are on the internet. It's accessible and it's easy, but the quality
is not the same.
It's not the same as going to and putting your hands on touching a reputable brand that's been around for decades.
That's great. So
that you could find for $5.
That's incredible. And now, do you style at any age, like children as well as adults?
I do.
That's awesome. that is awesome.
I do. Now I'm dipping my toe for men.
Okay.
Because I mean I'm a woman. I like women empowerment, and then I'm a single mom, so I gotta look out for the kids. But I am I've been getting requests for men. Okay. So maybe in 2025, I'll open up my clientele list to include men as well.
That's really incredible. I love that, that seed was put into your heart. Yes. God works all things for good for those who love him. And when you were 12, 13, you were talking about how, kids can be cruel, and being a kid is tough. It's tough being a kid, but God used that to then push you towards, you know what, I can style, I can do this, and I'm gonna look amazing, and which you always, you look incredible. So I love that. Now, are you originally from Atlanta, or are you?
No, I'm from all over. So my mom is from New Orleans, Louisiana, and she migrated to a little town outside of, it's in between New Orleans and Jackson, Mississippi, Pike County, Mississippi. So she got out of high school there and went into the military, and that's where she met my dad, which is from Niagara Falls, New York.
Oh my goodness, yes.
And then we came to Atlanta when I was in like elementary school, and then their marriage ended, and she took my brother and I to Sacramento, California.
Gotcha.
So I did middle school and high school in Sacramento, California.
And the styles there, it's really interesting because you've been able to view different styles from south of New Orleans, Mississippi, New York, and California. That's really neat.
Absolutely.
But this is your stomping grounds around here now.
Atlanta has my heart.
I love it. So anyone in the Atlanta area or beyond, I'm sure you can also do this online.
Oh, absolutely.
So basically, tell us your handle one more time and then how they can connect with you.
Styled, STYLE''D by Nikki Lee. Styled by Nikki Lee.
I love that.
On all the handles.
Oh, that's really incredible. You know, we are going to come back after this commercial break. So, and we're going to get to see your models again, which I'm really excited. So you'll come back, join us, so then you can look at the styles again and connect with Nikki Lee. She'll get you completely styled. Absolutely, what, cutesy and demure. I hear that's the word nowadays. So we'll see you shortly. And welcome back to Friends and Neighbors. I trust and hope that you have enjoyed this episode of Friends and Neighbors. It's really a treat to be able to talk about style, and not only that we are children of God, but that we are supposed to dress appropriately. And I think dressing elegant, demure is one of the words that we keep hearing over and over. Cutesy, demure. But I really appreciate your time and how we can really take some time to really understand how we're supposed to be perceived, and the way that we look, the way that we feel looks better. So we're going to be bringing your models back out, Marcella and Monique. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Friends and Neighbors. And Monique changed shoes. She is wearing now a beautiful leopard print. So thank you again for joining us on this episode of Friends and Neighbors, and we'll see you next time. Take care.